sizes between 15 and 20 students.
Yeah，接下来这一张这个 slide 大家可以看到上面写了 Crescent School 目前的学校的一个学生的一个人数啊，3年级到6年级呢有190个学生，中学部7年级到8年级呢有165个学生，那么高年级9到12年级高中部呢人数最多有395个，其中呢2019年的毕业班的学生呢是90个。
Crescent is located on a 30-acre campus in Midtown Toronto, with our students benefiting from high-tech learning spaces, fully outfitted robotics lab, superb visual art and music studios. Our Center for Creative Learning has professionally equipped 400-seat performance theater, and our library is designed to support collaboration and independent learning.
Crescent School 的教学的硬件呢，可以说是在多伦多市区里面屈指可数的最棒的啊！所有顶级的私校该有的设备他们都有，而且地理位置呢是位于 Midtown， 非常的方便啊！来自四面八方的家庭都可以就是非常轻松的可以接送孩子。那么剧院啊，包括体育馆啊这些设备呢，也都是在多伦多也包括整个加拿大地区都是最棒的、最好的。
And Crescent's athletic facilities include 2 full-size gyms, squash courts, artificial turf outdoor field, cross-country trails, and a 30,000 square foot field house with an indoor track, tennis, and basketball courts.
那么和大部分顶级的男校一样 Crescent School 的体育设备也是非常非常的好，他们有大型的户外活动和室内活动，包括像一些壁球啊，包括一些对场馆要求特别高的一些室内运动的设备，他们全部都有。这一些呢，我也会建议家长们到时候可以直接到 Crescent School 的网站上自己去浏览一下图片。
And our next slide highlights Crescent's 4 core values and our mission. Crescent's mission, Men of Character from Boys of Promise, is anchored in the 4 core values that we stress with our boys right from the very beginning when they arrive the first day in grade 3 up until graduation. Respect, responsibility, honesty, and compassion. This is at the heart of what we do at Crescent, character education.
其实呢，从就是我们3年前最开始给 Crescent School 做这个招生宣传的时候，当时我们就对他的这个学校的4大核心教育理念是印象非常深刻的。那么今天呢 ，Mr. Shaw 再次把这个拿出来跟大家做一个分享，也就是说，有良好性格的男人吧，是从一个能够对自我责任感有意识的男孩成长起来的。那么在这个成长的过程当中，性格的养育包含了4大块最主要的内容。第一个呢是尊重 respect， 第二个呢是 responsibility 责任心，第3个呢是诚实 honesty， 第4个是 compassion 同理心。这4个性格养成的基石是 Crescent School 在教育每一个男孩的过程当中渗透在每一节课、每一门课，还有包括日常的所有的课外活动的这个教育理念中的。
Now, at the heart of what Crescent offers, character education, but we feel that an academically rigorous curriculum is essential in honing and developing the character of our boys.
那么在性格养育的这个整个大的氛围当中呢，大家也不要误会学校就不重视这个学术学习了。事实上，学术学习是所有的就是教学活动的中心，在这个中心的周围包含了这4大性格的日常的潜移默化的培养。
And because we think challenge is so essential in developing the character of boys, we offer the Advanced Placement Program for our boys in the upper school. Advanced Placement, or AP, is recognized the world over and is an academic gold standard in preparation for university.
Yeah, 那么大家都非常 需要关注的就是说 Crescent School 的高中部提供的是一个 AP 课程体系，也就是美国大学预科课程体系。那么这个课程体系呢，能够让高中部的男孩们在大学申请的过程当中拥有更多的优势。
We're also especially pleased that our boys can tailor their academic program to suit their talents, interests, and level of challenge that they seek. Our graduates report to us that they're exceptionally well prepared for university.
那么Crescent School 也经常会回访已经毕业的在大学里面的一些毕业生男孩，问他们是否觉得当初在高中时期学的课程，在大学的当中，大学时期帮到他们更好的适应大学的学术学习的要求。他们得到的反馈都是非常棒的，因为学校给不同的学习需求和有不同的学习能力的学生不同的学习内容和学习挑战，使得这些男孩到了大学之后都觉得非常的游刃有余。
All right, and our next slide, please, Brandy. Along with our academic program, we have what we call 5 character and action programs: arts, athletics, business, outreach, and robotics.
那么在这个学术课程的这个之外，也就是我们说的平行的课外课程，Crescent School 呢主要是这5个方面：艺术、体育、商科课外活动 outreach， 还有就是机器人。
At Crescent, we believe the classroom extends beyond the room where they may learn math or science or English, but out into the fields, into the gymnasiums, into the robotics lab, into the music studio, or onto the theater stage.
Crescent 也是有一个全人教育的理念，认为一个学生的成长肯定不仅仅只是在课堂里面的，在课堂外面德智体美劳各方面我们小时候的这种说法，现在在这个北美的教育体系里面，也是在得到一个非常广泛的一个实施，就是要孩子在各方面的各个兴趣领域能够拓展自己的综合能力。
All right, the next slide, I'm going to talk about our arts program. At Crescent, we offer 4 separate streams of art: music, drama, visual art, and media studies, which is film or photography or photography.
那么Crescent School 的艺术类课程呢，分为4种有音乐、美术，还有媒体艺术，还有表演艺术。那么因为艺术的表现形式是多种多样的，所以呢，他们也是结合时代的需求。
We now know science tells us that to develop the brains of young people, exposure to the arts is essential. In fact, music has been proven to be one of the only activities that utilizes the entire brain.
所以科技的发展使得学生的这个艺术培养的这个要求呢，也到了一个新的领域。所以 Crescent School 在这个音乐这个素养的培养上面是下了非常大的功夫的。
Thus, arts forms an essential component of a Crescent education.
所以艺术素质的教育、艺术素养是 Crescent 教育里面一块很大的部分。
Along with the arts, though, athletics also forms an essential part of a Crescent education. We offer a wide variety of extracurricular sports programs, as well as intramural sports programs that allows boys to be physically active and to seek out the level of competition and challenge that suits them.
在体育方面呢 Crescent School 把这个体育的课外活动教学分为2个等级，一个就是竞技类的，一个就是我们说非竞技类的。也就是说，无论您的孩子体育水平在哪一个等级，都可以在 Crescent School 里面找到属于自己的体育运动的团队。
All of our boys are educated in what we have co-patented STEM 1.0. STEM, most people understand as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. At Crescent, we have an additional STEM. We call it the original STEM: sleep, think, eat, move. We teach our boys sleep soundly, think clearly, eat better, move more. This is an essential component of being a healthy and well person, and allows you to have a well-rounded education.
大家都知道，很多学校都会说自己提供 STEM 课程，但是，常规的 STEM 大家都知道是科学、数学、科技啊，还有包括工程。但是在 Crescent School 呢，他们提倡了一个 STEM 1.0，这个 STEM 呢代表的意义是不同的。S 呢是 sleep，也就是良好的睡眠。T 呢代表的是 think，也就是要积极的思考。E 呢代表 eat well， 健康的饮食，然后 M 呢是 move more， 也就是多移动、多运动。他们认为这个是他们学校提倡的健康的 STEM。那么后面这个 1.0 的意思呢，就是学业，一定要有非常好的学业基础。
And the next slide, I'm going to talk a little bit about Crescent's business program, which we have identified as a central point in all of our boys' education. We want to expose them all to some element of business. And so we run the program from grade 3 on up through 12. We offer it curricularly in the classroom and also extracurricularly.
Crescent School 一个非常有特色的课外活动的项目呢，是他们的商业项目，也就是说，他们从3年级的小朋友一直到12年级的毕业生，都会渗透不同的课内课外的关于商科意识的这个商科类的这个教育啊，培养孩子们怎么样去创业，培养孩子们怎么样具备一定的商业运营的意识，所以他们的 business 也就是商科的这个课外活动是非常非常强的。
Boys are able to take business courses such as accounting, business, economics, and entrepreneurial business.
所以男孩们在Crescent 求学的阶段，可以选择像会计学，还有这个经济学，还有这个创业 entrepreneurship 还有这些就是凡是跟商业运营相关的一些科目，他们在不同的年纪都可以有机会学到。
That last offering, entrepreneurial business, is something that's unique to Crescent. Our students who take entrepreneurial business are taught by a teacher who is currently running their own startup.
他们最近的这个 entrepreneurship 的这个课程呢，特别的棒，因为他们的老师就是教这门课的老师自己就是在。
At Crescent, we're preparing our boys for the real world of business. We also have an investment team and DECA, which competes at the highest levels from schools across Canada and indeed internationally.
那么这个商科项目的课外活动 Crescent 也是全国范围内，包括全球甚至整个北美，经常去参加比赛，经常是拔得头筹，拿到最高的奖。
Outreach is also an essential component of a Crescent education. All of our boys participate in our outreach program. We start with serving our local Toronto community, then we look a little broader to the province of Ontario, and then a little bit broader, indeed, all around the world.
Outreach 其实就是我们说的社区奉献的项目啊。除了在多伦多Crescent School 也带男孩们到安省的其他很多的地区，甚至呢就是来到一些第三世界国家，有老师带队帮助他们去做一些社区贡献的一些义工的项目。
And if there's one character and action program that probably distinguishes Crescent from any other school in the world, it's our robotics program. We are truly world renowned in robotics. Each year we compete at the World Championships, and we have actually finished first in 2013, but we've also achieved second, top 8 finishes in many other years.
如果说只能有一项课外活动来代表 Crescent 的这个最强的特色在哪里？那肯定就是机器人的项目。他们在2013年拿到了世界冠军，在之后的很多年里面呢，也都是第2名从来没有掉出过前3名。
We offer robotics from grade 3 all the way through grade 12, curricularly in the classroom and extracurricularly outside the classroom.
他们的机器人项目呢是必修课程，也就是说从3年级到12年级都有，同时呢也有在这个选修课程里面难度更高级别的也都含有，所以他们的机器人项目是涵盖全校所有的学生和所有不同的水平的孩子。
Robotics, probably our best known character action activity. We regularly receive wonderful accolades for the achievement of our boys. Indeed, a couple of years ago, we were invited by Beijing, along with a number of other schools in the world, to highlight the robotics programs, and Crescent actually won that competition.
就是几年前 Crescent School 甚至受邀到北京参加和其他一些国家、亚洲地区国家还有其他地区的国家的一些那个机器人的一个比赛和交流的项目然后在那一次访问活动当中呢Crescent 也是拿到了就是第1名。
And the next slide, I want to talk about our portrait of a graduate. We are always thinking about preparing our boys for what's coming next. And so we begin with the end in mind. What is the portrait of a boy that we want to see graduate from Crescent School? And we've divided into 3 essential questions. Who am I? How do I lead? And what will be my legacy?
这一张 slide 我觉得特别重要，对于想申请2021年这个 Crescent 入学的家长，我觉得大家这张 slide 都要好好的消化一下，因为这个是 Crescent 对不同年级段的孩子的自我认知意识的一个要求。第一个 Who am I？ 我是谁？也就是一个低龄段的小孩子，他要对自己是谁、自己具备什么样的性格特征都有很好的了解。第2个是 How do I lead？ 我怎么样能够去帮助别人，怎么样能够去影响我周围的人跟我一起进步。最后一个呢是 What is my legacy？ 也就是说我的潜力在哪里，我的特长在哪里，我能够怎么样的帮我周围的整个世界变得更美好。
We have designed a portrait of a graduate for each of our schools, lower school, middle school, and upper school. And they're age appropriate portraits. So our teachers are teaching in mind what is the portrait of a boy who will graduate from grade 6 and go into grade 7. And the middle school teachers, same thing. What is the portrait of the boy who's going to graduate from grade 8 and go into grade 9? And finally, our upper school teachers are focused on what is the portrait of our graduate who goes from grade 12 and on into university.
在Crescent 的教学当中，每一个老师都会在脑海里时刻提醒自己，我这个班毕业的这个年级的学生，在从我这个班毕业之后，应该具备什么样的形象和能力，从而来调整我现在的一个教学内容和教学思维就是一个6年级的孩子应该要知道我是谁，一个8年级的孩子应该知道我能做什么去帮助别人，而一个12年级的孩子应该知道我能为这个世界留下什么，我能够怎样让我周围的世界变得更美好。
Who am I really lends itself to our character education program. We want to graduate moral people who are self-aware, self-regulating, and exhibit our 4 core values: respect, responsibility, honesty, compassion.
那么第一块蓝色的 Who am I 其实就是强调了 Crescent 的性格基石教育，也就是说他们希望招收到的学生首先都是具备这4大就是前面我们所提到的性格优点的一个就是基本的条件，从而呢能够让孩子呢首先做一个更好的人，从而再来学习怎么样做一个更好的学生。
So we teach our boys, first, you must be a good person. But that's not enough. You also have to get things done. And that's how we transition into how are you going to lead? Are you going to be a positive leader? Are you going to rally others around to your cause? Are you supportive in the needs of others? So leadership is essential. Be a good person, but you also need to get things done.
嗯哼，那么同时呢 ，Crescent 在整个教育过程当中，特别是从小学到初中的教育过程当中，让孩子们明白，做一个好人，仅仅做一个好人是不够的，还要做一个有责任心的人，有执行力的人。你怎么样能够在自己好的这个同时，也能够让你的团队，包括让你自己能够及时的完成各项任务。如果你是一个学生领袖，你是一个带给别人正能量的领袖，还是说只是对别人指手画脚，让别人做这个做那个，但是自己呢又没有担当的一个人？那么在这个过程当中，你是一个有批判性思维的人，还是说是一个仅仅只在乎自己身上有光环的这么一个学生领袖？所以他们在这个过程当中，把这个责任心和执行力放在了这个有良好的性格之上的更进一层的一个学生目标的一个培养。
So who am I? Moral character. How do I lead? Performance character. And finally, what is my legacy? It's essential that our boys learn that their responsibility is to give back. They're an engaged citizen in the community that they live in, and they look around to see who needs my help.
那么在前面一块就是性格养成，包括孩子的这个执行力和责任心的养成之后，最后就我们来看到怎么样回馈社会，回馈自己身边的人，怎么样让自己的身边的伙伴、团队以及社区变得更美好。
So our character education program is moral character, performance character, and civic character.
这里3个重点词汇要跟大家再重复一下啊，各位家长可以记一下。也就是说，低龄阶段是 moral character， 也就是个人的性格品格的养成。那么到了这个初中阶段呢，就是 performance character， 也就是说你的表现、学业表现和执行力啊。然后到了第3阶段呢，就是 civic character， 也就是你作为一个有对这个国家和社会有贡献的公民，你的公民素养是不是达到一个精英的要求？
The next slide, we know that boys, we have the privilege and pleasure of teaching and educating boys for a period of time in their life. Parents are their first teachers, and at Crescent, we believe that we partner with parents in that process. We pass them off to the university and then to the world. So we've just been getting some news in from our 2020 graduates. You'll see a list of universities currently where our boys are attending right now, Crescent graduates in the past 3 years. Our 2020 grads, I'm going to name some of the schools we've just been receiving offers from. So within Canada, we have boys at Dalhousie, Huron College, Queen's, Western, Guelph, McGill, Waterloo, UBC, McMaster, U of T.
Yeah, 这一张 slide 呢是 Crescent 2020年的毕业生的一个走向啊，这字有一点小啊，大家不太看得清楚但是呢，就是说从2020的毕业生走向，就是 Crescent 的一如既往的，孩子们都是进到加拿大最好的大学、最好的这个顶级的 program 里面。
And we have boys heading off to in the United States, University of Michigan. This year, Purdue, Cornell, Colgate, Ithaca, Wake Forest, NYU, UCLA, Boston University, Northwestern, University of Chicago, Elon College, Boston College. So a huge variety of schools in the U.S. With our graduates this year.
那么首先跟大家讲一下这一张这个 slide 呢，展示的是3年以来，就是 Crescent 12年级毕业的孩子的大学走向。那么今年的大学走向呢，他们去美国的孩子依然还是蛮多的，拿到的录取还是蛮多的。那么刚才大家耳熟能详，都能听到一些比较好的学校的名字，包括就是纽约大学，还有那个康奈尔大学，还有就是波士顿大学，就像这些特别著名的大学也是很多。那么从这个里面呢，大家也可以看到，就是3年来这个去美国名校的学生还是非常多的。
Each year, about 3/4 of our boys stay in Canada, and then about a quarter would travel abroad, most of them to the United States, but we also have boys who go to the UK and Europe.
每年呢，差不多3/4的学生呢会选择留在加拿大上大学啊。就这里，我特别要跟大家强调一下，很多时候加拿大这些顶级私校去美国的学生不多，不是因为这些学生都申请不上，而是因为他们更多的选择自己留在加拿大啊，没有去申请美国。那么每年呢，大概有1/4的学生会申请美国和就是加拿大地区以外的一些大学。那么在这个1/4里面呢，就是美国的占据大多数，那么还有一些去英国的一些学生。
All right, and our next slide talks about programs of study that our boys typically take at university. This is just a snapshot from last year's graduating class, but you can see our boys are studying a wide variety of programs at university. In the aggregate, science and science-related subjects would be the largest area of study if we included medicine, veterinarian, dental, pharmaceutical, along with engineering, computer science, etc. And then followed very closely by business commerce. But we do have boys who are studying liberal arts, subjects such as architecture, fine arts, law, music, drama. So we really encourage our boys to know themselves and to pursue a course of study in something that they love and they have a talent for.
这张图片我也觉得对大家非常有参考的价值啊，因为它是显示了2014年到2019年，就是从 Crescent 毕业的毕业生，他们选择的读的大学的专业。那么大家可以看到，除了蓝色部分是跟文科相关的，其余的几块颜色呢都是跟理科相关的。所以可以看得出来 ，Crescent 就是最后选择去大学读理科的学生，相对还是比文科的学生要多。那么绿色的这部分呢，就是一些像艺术类啊、法学啊，还有像建筑学的学生比较多的。大家可以看到是学商科，还有呢就是学医科，学这个跟这个科学相关的，还有包括这个工程类相关的。
And finally, I just want to close with an invitation. We hope we will be hosting open houses this fall, and we hope that it's in person. And we've got our dates here up on the screen. You can also see this on our website. And if we're unable to host in person, depending on circumstances, then we'll host a virtual open house. But we really would like you to come visit us, have a tour of our school, meet our boys, see our facilities, and find out what a Crescent education is all about.
然后这一张呢是 Crescent 今年秋天的这个 Open House 的一个信息啊，我们大家都希望到时候可以真正的去到学校参观，有一个面对面的一个参观机会。但是如果到时候万一没有的话呢，学校也会有一些远程的一些参观的一些就是在线的活动，大家可以把这些时间记一下，就是说3年级到6年级的小学部的时间呢是在10月15号和11月19号，那么7年级到12年级的时间呢是在10月16号和11月20号。
All right, Maggie, maybe we could open it up to some questions.
Okay, nice. Thank you. 好，那么接下来就是说我们这个要进入下一个阶段啊 ，Mr. Shaw 的这个讲座语音部分我们已经结束了。那么欢迎各位家长呢在聊天框里呢给我们就是提问，我会把大家的问题呢翻译给2位招生官，让他们来回答。大家可以踊跃的积极的提问。那如果说有一些家长或者同学希望用这个打开摄像头用举手的方式呢，也可以使用这个 Zoom 里面的这个举手的功能啊，我会来点名让大家有这个机会。So Dave, I just invited the parents to to think about their questions, and they can type their questions. And yeah, we'll just wait for a few seconds.
Okay.
Trying to digesting the information. Thank you. It's such a wonderful, amazing presentation. Okay, so we have the first question here. Does Crescent require SSAT for grade 9 entry?
We do not. Yeah, we have our own assessment day that typically takes place the second or third Saturday in January. Again, we'll if things change and we're not able to host in person, then we'll have a modified version of that. But we do not require the SSAT. However, for families that cannot attend our assessment day, then we will accept the SSAT in lieu of attending assessment day.
OK， 所以刚才Mr. Shaw 的回答就是不需要啊，他是说每年的1月的第2个星期和第3个星期都会有就是校内的考试。那么如果说到时候你错过了校内的考试，那么希望用 SSAT 的成绩来做一个弥补也是可以的。So Dave, I just want to double confirm that saying that it means Crescent does not need SSAT for any grade.
So for our non-entry grades, grade 8, 10, and 11, we do require the SSAT.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. 所以刚才大家听到我们可能因为网络的原因有一些这个信息的一个小误区啊，就是9年级是需要的。刚才Mr. Shaw 回答的问题应该是8年级以下，也就是7年级以下是不需要的。申请8年级、9年级以及甚至10年级都是还是需要 SSAT 的。我这边再跟大家重申一下啊。Okay, so here's the next. So Dave, can you read one of the questions?
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss David. Nice to see you again. I have a question. What is specific admission rate for the
okay.
grade and
grade 4 and 5? Yeah. Well, okay. So I'll talk. In the average, we have. I would say, depending on the grade, between 3 to 5 applicants. Upwards of in grade 7 and 9 it can be 6, 7, 8 applicants per spot. But in the lower school, so grade 3 it would be about a 3-to-1 ratio. Grade 4 it would be about the same. Grade 5 about the same 3-to-1 ballpark. Grade 6 we typically have more applicants than spaces, so it might be upwards of 6-to-1, 7-to-1. Same with grade 7 and 9. So we always encourage families, obviously, if they can afford it, entering in the lower school is the most advantageous time to enter Crescent.
那么这位家长问的是一个4年级和5年级的一个录取的一个比例。那么刚才 Mr. Shaw 回答了，就是说3年级、4年级、3年级和5年级，因为4年级不是他们的大招年啊，就说录取的比例差不多是1:3，三个申请者里面录取1个。那么到了7、8年级高年级上呢，差不多是6到7个学生里面录取1个。那么我觉得对于我们华人学生来讲，大家还是要把这个录取比例再把它就是想得高一些啊，因为这个录取比例是所有的族裔都放在一起的。Dave, we have like 2 families and 2 boys putting up their hands. Can I ask them to like ask you questions?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so we have here, so the boy's name is Maxwell. Hi, Max.
Good morning, David. Good morning, Mr. Shaw. So,
Morning, Max.
the question is, for 7th grade in robotics, do you have just one robotic team for the whole school, or do you put the students with groups and then they compete separately?
Yes, great question, Max. So we have we use 3 different platforms in robotics. So in our lower school, we do Lego robotics. and our boys compete with other schools using Lego robotics. In our middle school, we use VEX robotics, and the middle school boys compete against other middle school boys using VEX robotics. And then in the upper school, it's FIRST robotics, or FRC, and those boys are competing at a much more advanced platform. So it's very much age appropriate. And I would, I'll give you this analogy, Max. We want to be really good at robotics. We also want to be really good at soccer. So we don't, with soccer, in grade 3, we have a competitive soccer team. In fact, we have 3 separate soccer teams. Ms. Perrant is one of our coaches, by the way, of our grade 3 soccer program. So if we want to be good at something, we think it's really important. You got to start right at the beginning, training those boys and giving them an environment where it's competitive. There's a bit of challenge, but also there's different levels, so that if they're not the best soccer player when they arrive at Crescent, there's still a team for them to compete on and play. And the same analogy is true with robotics.
Max, did you hear the answer?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. 所以刚才那个小朋友问的问题就是关于机器人队伍的这个问题，也就是说不同的年龄阶段有哪些机器人的竞技的队伍啊？那 Mr. Shaw 呢也说了，就是说不同水平的孩子在 Crescent School 都可以得到，只要对机器人感兴趣，都可以有属于自己的队伍和水平的这个教学内容可以参加。All right, so Dave, we have another boy named Andy, and his hand is up. I will just, yeah, Andy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could.
Okay, here you go.
So so my name's Andy, and I'm in grade 3, 9 years old. So I heard that Crescent has a great robotics team. So I want to ask what skills should be mastered before joining the robotics team.
What a great question, Andy. And listen, I want to applaud you and Max for demonstrating the courage to ask a question in front of a bunch of other people. That really says something about your character. You're already a boy of promise, well on your way to becoming a man of character. So I applaud you for that. The thing we love about robotics at Crescent, many of our boys go on, yes, and study engineering and science related topics of study at university. But many don't. But robotics is an avenue that teaches you a whole wide range of skills. So I'm going to give you some examples. So we have some boys who are really good at computer programming. They're good at writing software. When they get to the upper school, they will be the boys on the team that design the software that operates the robot. We have some boys who are really good at manufacturing, at building. They end up being the boys who actually build the robot. We have boys who are very creative, and they're instrumental in helping us design what will the robot look like. And not finally, but for this example, we have boys who are very good leaders, who are maybe not experts in any one area of robotics, but are good at talking to different guys, getting them to work together, to collaborate, to solve problems, to fix things when they go wrong. Because, for instance, when we go to competitions, sometimes, very often, robots break. And so you've got to, on the fly, fix your robot, use some spare parts that you brought. And so there are guys who have those skills. So what we find with robotics is we need many different boys to make our team great, with lots of different talents. And when you're young, we encourage boys to learn all of them. And then when they get older, they find out, hey, I'm really good at this. I'm going to focus on this aspect. So just to recap, writing code, software, that's really good. Being able to build things, construct things, follow instructions, that's excellent. Being creative, designing your own, coming up with your own plan. And then lastly, working really well with others, getting the best out of everybody on a team. Those are some awesome skills that would serve you really well in robotics, and it actually would serve you really well in life beyond.
Thank you, Dave. That's a great answer. Andy, did you hear it?
Yeah, and I have to say thank you for the answer, because I wanted this, and this question is always in my mind, and today I just asked it.
Thank you. David,
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, it's a really great answer. 刚才家长们可以听到，从 Mr. Shaw 的这个回答方式来看，大家可以不难发现，他其实有过很长的教学经验啊。不是每一个学校的招生官都有丰富的教学经验的。他以前就是当过很多年的，应该是科学老师，所以呢，他在对孩子的这个很多提问的过程当中，他往往能够从一个老师、一个教师的角色去给孩子做很多解释。刚才 Andy 小朋友问的这个问题是，就是说我要具备一些什么样的技能，才能够去报名参加学校的这个机器人的各个不同的这个竞技的小组，或者说这个课外活动。那么 Mr. Shaw 呢，就告诉他，只要你有可以在团队活动中奉献和分享的技能，不管是你有很好的组织能力，还是说你有很好的宣传能力，还是说你有很棒的配合能力啊，你的很多方方面面的非常好的一些团队合作的技能，都可以帮助你在这个机器人社团当中找到适合自己的位置。OK。Thank you. So I just saw a boy, Tony, put up his hand. Tony, do you want to ask a question or not?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Tony.
Hi, Tony.
I want to ask, what's the best sport for the school?
Was that what's the best sport?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Tony, I'm glad you asked that question, because I'm gonna turn on my video here. Sorry, if I get a little glitchy, I'll turn it back off. But I studied physical education at university, and I started my career as a phys ed teacher, but I also studied mathematics at university, so I also taught math. So I'm a big fan of sports, and I played a lot of sports. I still play sport, and I coached it, but I also love math, so I taught that as well. But what's the best sport? Every sport's great. Honestly, I'll divide sport into two categories: individual sport and team sport. And I think both are excellent. I wouldn't want anyone to do all individual sports, especially at your age. At the same time, maybe not all team sports. So individual sports are things like tennis, badminton, to a certain extent, swimming, where you're kind of on your own playing. Those are great sports because it's just you, and you have to rely on yourself and your own training, and they require great discipline to be good. And then there's what I'll call team sports, soccer, basketball, hockey, all of those team sports. They're great as well, because you got to work with others. You have to listen to a coach, be part of a team, collaborate. So I think those are great. So I would encourage families to have their boys do some individual, but also some team. And then finally, I'd say whatever you love, pursue that. So I happen to love hockey, but frankly, I wasn't really ever any good at it. I'm still playing hockey. I won't tell you how old I am, but I'm older than 50. And I'm still no good at hockey, but I still play it. I love it. I'm still trying to get better. And I love being part of a team. So I play twice a week in the winter. I play once on Friday night, and we go out afterwards and socialize. And I actually play Saturday morning, and we go out for breakfast and I socialize. So I get exercise, but I also have a social component to it. And then the last sport I'm really into now as I'm older is cycling, bicycling. And it's a great sport. I belong to a club, and it's also social. And when we go after a ride, we'll go to a coffee shop and chat and socialize. But so I like the balance: individual sport, cycling, swimming, tennis, team sport, soccer, basketball, hockey, whatever, baseball, whatever you like. What do you like, Tony? What sports are you into?
I like basketball.
Do you? Basketball might be one of the best sports because you can play it. You don't need too many people to play it. You can play it almost anywhere. It doesn't require a lot of equipment. It's a great team sport.
Yeah.
Basketball is probably our best sport at Crescent.
Okay, Tony, did you get what you want to hear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So 刚才那个 Mr. Shaw 的这个回答，那个我觉得各位家长可以借鉴啊，就是 Crescent 特别希望孩子的这个课外体育活动呢是有一个平衡的，就是个人体育项目和团队体育项目有一个结合啊，就是说，因为团队体育呢培养的是孩子的一个社交能力，那么个人体育项目呢可能培养孩子的一个专注力或者说一个坚持力。Okay. So Dave, we have another student named Henry. Yes, Henry?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, it's your turn, Henry. Throw your question.
Hello, I'm Henry and I'm now grade 7. My question is about the slogan on your school logo. It is Veritas Demusia Clisimus. So it's a bit abstractive, and can you explain
okay.
it? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's the Latin motto for Crescent. And so it stands for "In truth, we stand and grow" is the translation. So we do teach our boys the Latin motto. It's been with us almost, I think, since our founding in 1913. When schools are older, typically they'll have a motto that's in Latin. More modern schools don't generally have Latin mottos. But in truth, we stand and grow. So we think in a nutshell, truth talks about what is real on the academic sense. So truth, rigor, make sure that we're teaching our boys to look at a topic from 360 degrees so that we get a full sense of the truth of the matter. But also it speaks to moral character, being honest. So being honest is an essential component of growing.
Thank you. Henry, did you get your answer?
Yeah, thank you. And now I have a better understanding.
Good question, Henry. Yeah.
刚才 Henry 问的这个问题就是说Crescent 的那个校徽上面有一句拉丁语啊，就是说这个拉丁语是什么意思？那么刚才 Mr. Shaw 解释了这个意思呢，就是追求真理和茁壮成长啊。因为所有的这些名校，尤其是顶级私校，在刚成立的时候呢，都是会有教拉丁文啊，包括现在很多学校也继续在教拉丁文。那么这个拉丁文的这个通常会被很多学校就顶级的私校用来做最初的这个学校的这个校训啊。Okay, so Dave, we have 8 new messages, and
okay.
I have one asking about yes, from a parent named Caroline John, and she asked during the school days, how frequent will parents communicate with the teachers at Crescent, in usually what kind of approach, and also how does the school expect the parent to collaborate with the teachers to help the boys grow?
Yeah, excellent question. I think I mentioned earlier, at Crescent, we believe that parents, you are the first teachers of your boys. And so it's essential that we partner with you in that process. So you're able to communicate with your son's teacher before school, at drop-off. So very often we'll have conversation with parents and teacher just happening organically during the day, maybe in the morning, dropping off your son, or at the end of the day at pickup. But you're also able to communicate with the teacher via email or over the phone. If you need to meet face-to-face, you can arrange to meet with your son's teacher. We do have formal times, parent-teacher interviews, but you're not limited to connecting with your son's teacher. Essentially, anytime that you need to have with your teacher, you can, either in person, over email, or over the phone. And if there's something, this is why it's so important to have a great partnership with parents. You may have some information. Sorry, I may be glitching out here. I'm going to turn off my video because it's saying my internet is unstable. There may be something that happened at home that is essential for us to know at Crescent that'll impact your son. Maybe a grandparent is unwell, or maybe something happened, the family pet ran away. We need to know that, because that's going to impact the emotional well-being of your son. And at the same time, if anything happened at Crescent during the day, we would communicate with you to share, so that we're working together for the best interests of the boys. But that partnership is so important. And so what's important as a parent, I'm actually a parent myself. I have a daughter. She goes to St. Clement's School. So I'll tell you the things that I do, I think are essential to be a good partner. I go to everything I possibly can at St. Clement's. They run a parent education program, as does Crescent. I see every one of the speakers that they have, if I can make it. I go to every parent teacher. My daughter is big into sports. I try and make every game I can. She then she went out for the fashion show, so I show up to that. So as a parent, I say your job is to be in the stands and clap and support your child. And also I support the school financially to the capacity that I can. So I think that's important too. But I think it's important to everybody give back. I will say that the donation rate of Crescent teachers and staff is pretty exceptional. It's higher than any school I've ever worked at. So we just think everybody should support the school, but it's really more about participation than dollar amount.
Thank you so much. 刚才 Mr. Shaw 回答的我觉得特别好啊，因为他后面也用自己作为一个家长的一个身份来告诉大家他在如何支持自己的女儿在 St. Clement 的一个求学的过程。那么无论是各种各样的课外活动啊，还是说学校为家长组织的一些家长的一些教育的一些活动，请来一些嘉宾来做一些关于家庭教育的这些知识的演讲，他都会去参加。那么尽可能的身体力行的去创造更多的跟学校老师沟通的一些机会。那么学校呢 Crescent School 呢是非常希望家长能够跟学校有一个密切的沟通，因为家长是孩子就是说第一任老师，这个我们大家都是知道的。那么同时呢他也提到了 Crescent School 是他所工作过的所有的顶级私校里面家长和历届校友对学校捐赠最多的一个学校，所以即便就是说他能够在时间上给予学校很多义工的时间，或者说支持女儿在学校的各项活动，那么他作为一个 家长也会在经济上面，也就是在财务上面，尽可能的尽自己的绵薄之力。这个呢，也是 Crescent School 对所有的家庭的一个要求，希望大家在时间和金钱上都能够尽自己最大的努力，给学校做贡献。那么 okay, Dave, the next question, what is the normal form of assessment day for lower school? I think the other parent also have a similar question, like for grade 3,
Okay.
what is the assessment content?
Okay, perfect. So assessment day for grades 3 through 5, 3, 4, 5, follow a similar format. The boys will do some paper pencil tests. So we assess mathematics skills, reading comprehension, and then a little bit of writing as well. But that's only about half of the morning that they spend with us, which is typically around 2 hours. So for instance, grade 3 boys would go through 4 separate stations, 30 minutes each. 2 of the 4 are academic in nature. They're reading, writing, and math. And the other 2 are activity-based. One's in the gymnasium where they play cooperative games with other boys, and the other is in the library where, again, it's a cooperative task, but it's, I think they generally build things, makerspace type activity. So it's essential that boys are able to collaborate, work well with others. We know this is an essential skill in life. And so we assess it with our boys. So some people focus more on the test. I think it's more important to focus on how your boy works with others. Does he listen? Is he attentive? Does he follow instructions? Those sort of things. So it's not just about how did you score on the math test.
Yeah, 好，刚才这个我整理了一下这个就是在聊天框里的一些问题啊，大家都对各个年级的孩子学校的校测测什么内容比较感兴趣，那我们这里就统一回答。下面回答相似类似的问题的家长，我就把您的这个问题一并回答掉了啊，就是说。单测试呢都是在1月份啊，那么测试的内容呢分为2大块，一块呢是笔试，也就是包括数学、阅读和写作，那么还有一块内容呢是活动类的测试。活动类的测试的话呢，一般分为2个时间段，一个呢是在体育馆。里面孩子们进行各种各样的游戏来考察他们的这个和同伴之间的互动的这些技能。那么第2块呢是在图书馆里面给孩子做一些就是说室内的一些活动来同样也是考察他们的这个交流的沟通的能力。这边的 Mr. Shaw 特别强调了，希望大家呢不要过多的关注于孩子的这个笔试的分数啊，包括数学到底能够会做多少题，正确率是多少。他们在就是无论哪个年级的孩子的这个测试的过程当中，都特别看重孩子的一个基本的一个学习技能，也就是说最基本的一个倾听的技能，能否认真的、清楚的听到老师的各项指示，并且准确的、高效率的、有责任心的，可以有合作精神的去完成和执行，这个是他们更看重的一个能力，而不是分数啊。Okay, so Dave.
Maggie, sorry, can I just add one more thing?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So at Crescent, we're focused on this concept of emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a study at Harvard University that looked at the success rate of individuals. And they tried to determine why were these people so successful? What correlated most strongly with their success in life. And what they did is they looked at a bunch of traits, attributes that people had, and they categorized, and they found that when they looked at these traits, they ended up falling into one of 3 buckets. One bucket I'm going to call intelligence. One bucket I'm going to talk about skills. And one bucket, emotional intelligence. And what they found was to be successful, you needed threshold levels of competency in intelligence and skills, meaning you needed a minimum level. You needed a certain amount of intelligence to be a very highly successful CEO of a company, let's say. And you needed a certain level of skills, talents, related to that industry. But beyond which, if you had more of it, it didn't benefit you. So you needed a threshold level in intelligence and skills. What was the limiting factor in the success rate of these individuals was emotional intelligence, ability to connect with others, to see things from other people's view. The more you had, the better you did. It wasn't a threshold level competency. It was what was the driving factor behind the success. And so with our boys, and even with our assessments, we're focused on those same things. You need a threshold level of intelligence beyond which more doesn't help you. You need a certain level of skill and competency, let's say in math and reading and writing. But if you have more, once you're above a certain level, more doesn't make you more successful. What makes you more successful is your emotional intelligence.
Yeah， 刚才 Mr. Shaw 补充了一点非常好啊，他用哈佛大学对成功人士的几项重要的这个素质和要求来做一个类比。那么一般人成功是3个重要的一个素质，就是智商、技能还有情商。那么智商和技能这一块呢，就大家都差不多的，就是说能够达到普通人的水平就可以了。但是真正区别人与人之间成功指数的是第3个内容，也就是情商。那么在 Crescent 的招生过程当中呢，他们非常注意这一块，也就是说情商的高低直接决定了学生将来无论是求学还是到大学，甚至到将来工作，以及人生今后长长的几十年，他们的这个成功的指数的高低。所以呢，他们在考察学生的过程当中，要看孩子在各项活动当中跟其他同学之间的这个沟通的一个方式，和他们在沟通过程当中展现出来的情商的高低，这个会是他们录取学生的过程当中非常重要的一个考量。Okay, Dave, I have a question about the COVID-19. So a parent named Lucy asked that if the COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact the fall semester, will there be any, change of interview time and also the admission process?
Right. Great question. So right now in the admissions office, but I'll also say Crescent School, more broadly, we are planning for multiple contingencies. So we are hopeful that we're back to school and everything's face-to-face and we're back to normal. So, and we've done that for over 100 years. So we have a good handle of that. Virtual learning, right now our boys, lower, middle, and upper school, we have a robust virtual learning program. So we're also preparing that if we can't be face-to-face, would we have a virtual program? And then we're also preparing for a hybrid, a combination of both. Maybe we have to have our class sizes to go from 20 boys in a class or 18 to 10. What would that look like? How would we do that? And at the same time, we're planning the same thing for admission. Now, we already interview and have been interviewing families over Skype or Zoom for the last, my 5 years at Crescent, we've done that. So if we need to interview over Skype or Zoom, that's great. We can handle that. We've been submitting our applications online for the past 3 years, so that won't change. So really, I'm going to say 80% of our admission process will be unaffected by COVID. Now, the one thing, the assessment day, we've always done it in person. And so we'll be designing a contingency plan. Hey, what if we can't do it in person? What would it look like virtually? And the great thing is that we've had the chance, our teachers are assessing right now, giving students tests, assessing presentations. Brandy actually is assessing boys in grade 3, helping assessment with grade 3. So we're going to have a great level of expertise we can rely on from our teachers as to how we could design an assessment day. If we couldn't do it in person, then what would it look like virtually?
Okay, thank you so much. 所以各位家长可以听到，80%的 Crescent 的招生工作不会因为疫情而影响，因为本身申请就是通过在线的材料递交。那么面试的话呢，一直有在这个在线的 Skype 或者说是 Zoom 或者说是 FaceTime 的形式，这个都不会影响。唯一可能会有比较大的影响的是1月份的这个团测。那么现在他们也已经提前开始在准备，万一到了1月份依然不能够进行集体的团测的话，那么他们也会有相应的措施来进行。那么甚至于说 Crescent 最近在这个疫情期间给学生们的这个网络教学的这个工作进行得非常好啊，这个也是我最近在瑞思学的很多学生家长，就是已经在 Crescent School 求学的一些学生家长的反馈，就是说学校在这个远程教学上面网课做得特别好。那么甚至于说学校在想的远程教学要把这个班级的这个size 做得更小，比方说现在是20个学生一个班，他们打算如果继续后面要有远程教学的话呢，要把它缩成10个人一个班，能够这样保证呢每个班的学生在这个特殊时期的这个远程教学当中，依然能够收获到面对面一样高质量的教育的就是教学的这个学习的体验啊。那么总归到时候如果说有出现这样的变化的话呢，我们瑞思学也会帮助 Crescent School 和广大家长做一个及时的沟通和及时的一个跟进。Okay, so Dave, I think Max's hand has been up for quite a long time. It seems that he has another question. So let's have Max ask a second question.
Perfect.
Okay, Max, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, okay.
Hi, Mr. Shaw. This is Max's mom, Gigi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I actually have a question about the virtual learning right now. So I understand most of the independent school can ensure the language arts, math, and the science lessons, and even physics. But how do Crescent keep the boys connected to fulfill their social emotional need? Because I know boys, they need to play together, they need to talk to the friend and also teachers. So how do Crescent currently do that?
Yeah, so great question. We are still going ahead with our assemblies twice a week. So lower school, middle school, upper school. And we have boys leading. We think that it's important rather than teacher-led activities as much as possible to have boys lead where they can. So we still have our students leading in assemblies. We just held our prefect elections. We had virtual town halls where boys who were running for positions were able to answer questions, just like I'm answering questions and speaking to others. They did the same as well. We also, for instance, today in the lower school, there's a big game of Kahoot, which is sort of a trivia game. Today is Brandy is wearing Crescent gear. I am not. I should have been dressing, but today is dress up day. Wear your Crescent gear. So spirit wear day. So we're still doing themes like that. We still have mentor group, where our teachers who have mentors, 8 to 10 boys in their mentor group, meet with them twice a week and talk as a group. So yeah, so we're still doing the same activities that we would do in person with our boys as much as we possibly can. Even our faculty and staff, we have staff socials on Fridays. We have performances. Some of our teachers are very talented musicians, and so they'll play and sing. We have one teacher, she's a Zumba instructor, so she leads a fitness. We have coffee every morning at 8:20 because as teachers too, we miss socializing with our colleagues. So we have a coffee morning. So we're doing it for our students, but we're also doing it for our faculty staff, because you are so right. it's essential that boys have that connection with others, with their friends. And then we're also helping make sure and facilitate play dates and activities. We're even doing that with our incoming families. We're sharing for the families that are interested, they can sign up and share their contact information and connect with other families. So we're doing a variety of things, but we're very much focused on the health and well-being of our boys, and emotional well-being is at the core and center of that.
Thank you.
Great answer, Dave. 就刚才那个 Mr. Shaw 说了啊，就是说，在疫情期间，现在很多的，就是家长都非常关心，怎么样让学生和学生之间依然有一些沟通，就怎么样保证在这个远程教育过程当中，孩子们之间能够依然就是积极的去拓展他们的这个社交的一些机会。那么刚才 Mr. Shaw 也讲了，学校可以凡是可以远程网上进行的一些活动，他们依然都在进行，包括集会啊，包括甚至老师跟老师之间早上8点20分的 coffee time， 还有包括就是一些音乐老师啊、体育老师啊，他们都会通过一些远程的这个教学的这个活动，来让孩子们呢，就是都要打开摄像头，通过这些virtual 的这些 meeting 来继续保持他们相互之间的一个沟通和交流。Okay, Dave, I have a very interesting question here. A parent asked, how does Crescent help the boys in lower school to, interact with girls?
Great question. We think interacting with girls is really important. I'm going to talk a little bit about girls because I've taught co-ed, I've taught all girls, and I've spent a good chunk of my career teaching boys. And I also have a daughter. So more broadly, girls and boys, and I'm going to speak on the aggregate, okay? Or the average. There's always exceptions. But we think boys' education is essential because when boys start school, they're at a different stage of development than girls. Girls typically language, ability to follow instructions, readiness for more traditional school, they're about 2 years ahead of boys. And the ability to focus, follow teacher's instruction, read, write, fine motor skills, all those things that school tests, sit attentively for 20, 30 minutes at a time. They're just at a different stage. Boys' motor skills are far more advanced than girls at the same age. Their brains are focused on developing different attributes at that time. And when we all meet back together, when we're, up at 18, 19, 20 and beyond, a lot of these differences disappear, but they're really pronounced when at young ages. And so that's why we think it's essential for boys to be educated by boys, because removing girls as a comparative is really important, number one. Number two, every one of our faculty loves teaching boys. They don't view them as defective girls. And that's really key, because sometimes boys, their experience in a co-ed school environment is that when they interact with a teacher, very often they're being corrected. Turn around, stop touching him, pay attention, right? Could you please sit back down, right? So their experience with school isn't always positive. So that's number one. But number two, we want our boys to interact with girls, to work collaboratively towards a common purpose. So that's what we really focus our activities when we partner with girls' schools. So we will partner with them in things like putting on a play, where they're rehearsing together towards a common purpose. We will partner with them in music. We will partner with them in outreach. For instance, we'll pick a common cause. Maybe a few years ago, we raised money to support a Syrian family with Havergal. Our boys and our girls work together towards a common purpose. We will host things like internet education or awareness, safety of being online, where we'll bring in an expert. We've brought in experts from the Toronto Police Force to teach our boys about how to be safe online. We've partnered with girls' schools and invited girls to hear the same lecture so that boys and girls are learning something alongside. Really important that they.
Wow, great answer, David. I really like how you
to partner with girls' school.
Yeah. Okay. It seems that we are losing your voice, Dave. 好的，那我先来翻译一下刚才这个Mr. Shaw 的这个回答啊，就说他讲了一个男孩和女孩教育的一个区别。那男孩和女孩教育的一个最大的一个区别就是女孩在语言方面以及在就是倾听指令和注意力方面呢，事实上平均水平来讲都要比男孩提前2年，早熟2年。我们会发现在一个就是混校的教育环境，尤其是低龄阶段，男孩总是处在一个被老师纠正的一个状态当中，不是叫他们不要手摸来摸去，就是叫他们不要就是说碰这个不要碰那个，因为男孩的肢体语言的发展呢是远远超前于他们的这个大脑的，就是说这个学术语言或者说他们的一个就是本身的一个其他方面的一些能力的发展要超前一些。那么所以呢在Crescent School 他们对于男孩的教育理念呢，就是要遵循男孩的学习的规律和学习的方式来给他们做一些指引。那么对于低龄段的孩子呢Crescent School 呢，通常呢会让男孩和女孩经常一起做一些戏剧和话剧的表演，还有一些音乐的乐队的演出，包括呢邀请当地的警察局来给孩子们男孩和女孩一起做一些安全知识方面的讲座，甚至于说他们曾经跟 Harvard 边上最著名的女校之一Harvard 一起来组织，让孩子们进行一些社区义工的活动，做一些义工的一些服务，通过这些活动呢，来让男孩和女孩之间相互来通过交流学习对方的一些强项和长处，而不是说非常就是机械的，或者说非常就是说死板的让男孩和女孩一起去做一项活动，然后让他们比谁做得更好这个不是说我们在这个北美顶级私校倡导的一种混合年龄的一个教育的方式。OK， 好，我们
Thanks, Maggie. I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, great. I think we've had all the questions down. I do have a parent asking about what kind of characters that lower school teach. I think I can answer this question later on because you already talked about it at the beginning of the seminar. And thank you so much, Dave. Thank you so much, Brandy. And it's an awesome, seminar. And I will touch base with you if parents have further questions. And thank you all. You are a wonderful group of audience, and Dave and Brandy, you're wonderful admission officers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie. Maggie, I just want to say one more thing. We're so grateful to partner with you, Maggie. Because of your background as being an educator first, I really feel like we're aligned in our values.
Thank you.
You're having conversations with families about the best interest of their boy. And you really come at it from the perspective of an educator of a school. And so I think you're best equipped to coach families with what's best for them, what's best for their boy, and for his educational future. So I'm just grateful to work with you, and I hope we continue to partner for many years to come.
We will, for sure. 非常感谢这个Mr. Shaw 刚才对我们瑞思学的鼓励啊，因为我自己本人的一个教学的一个背景，还有包括我们这么多年来跟 Crescent School 之间的一个沟通，帮助各位家长能够找到适合自己的孩子的一个成长的一个升学之路希望接下来能够继续得到所有各位家长的支持和鼓励，也非常感恩啊，今天2位招生官能够肯定我们的工作，也鼓励我们能够继续把好的理念传递给所有在多伦多向往孩子能够进入到 Crescent 这样顶级的学校去求学的这些家庭。我们大家一起来努力，一起帮助我们的孩子寻找到最适合他们的求学之路。Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Brandy. Have a great
Bye.
day.
Thank you.
Bye,
You too.
everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
Maggie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.